Good evening.
Hello.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's have a little crisp, cold one.
You know what? Well bloody done.
Thank you, mate. Well done to you.
Oh, what have I done?
It's nice, that, isn't it? That was made for the second Queen's Heath Pride that happened this year by Queer Brewing, and they're queers that make beer. That's it, really.
It's delicious.
It's sort of fruity, isn't it?
Really nice. So, if I've got the role of Emily Maitlis here and you're Prince Andrew, or Dapper Laughs, I need to,
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a nice reference.
I need to...
And you're almost in a turtleneck there.
yeah, in honour of him. Yeah. The late, great.
Yeah.
I want to just get into your head a little bit and ask where this show began.
Yeah.
Was there a moment? Did you have a blank piece of paper? What was the inspiration?
Normally, a good place to start with writing is what's made you angry, what's pissed you off. And I was pissed off that my house had been valued of me overspending on it. I was really annoyed about that.
By the way, I've meant to talk to you about this. Fuck you for calling the prick Greg.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Obviously, I changed his name for legal reasons.
And you chose that.
Yeah.
It's a bad name.
It is a bad name.
Yeah, it's a good name for a prick.
I think it's because it's got like that sibilance of Greg. You can really say Greg. I'm sorry, I didn't put the two and two together.
Well, that's good.
That is good, yeah.
Or bad.
No, it wasn't based on you in any way. Maybe it was subconscious.
I'd be a terrible estate agent. Organising a Pride March is huge admin, but a brilliant thing to do. But how do you do that?
Well, so that was like loads of people helping out in different ways. And there was another fake person actually involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
Who didn't make it into the show, sadly. But I knew that there was going to be so much to do, and I couldn't do it on my own in some sort of balaclava or whatever. I needed a team that I could trust. And I'd just done a music video with Katie J. Pearson, who I love, and she had this brilliant team, the props team, called Clump. And I spoke to them and I said, this is top secret, but I'm running a Pride March, but nobody knows that I'm anything to do with it and all of this. And they were so up for it.
Yeah.
And they created this person called Sally Jenkins. And so Sally Jenkins was emailing and speaking to people. They got a burner, they did the whole thing. And Sally Jenkins' little quirk, which I loved, is at the start of every email, she'd say, if she was emailing you, she'd go, hi, Greg, it's Sally Jenkins. And then whatever she was saying. But you could be in a long run of emails, and at the start of every email, she'd go, hi, Greg, it's Sally Jenkins. So they were really brilliant. There's a team of about, I don't know, about half a dozen of them that helped out. Then Adam Regan, who runs the Hare and Hounds pub, he was amazing at kind of coordinating the whole thing and very trusting of Cam. Then there was Fat Butcher, who brought loads of brilliant drag queens and performers in. So I kind of sort of felt like a bit of a puppet master from the sides. And it was weird on the day, I kind of had nothing to do because I'd kind of set everyone up to go and do their thing.
Yeah.
So for the morning of that Pride March, I was so nervous, and then turned up in that head, arrive at the march, and all I can see is a sort of letterbox, and I was thinking, oh my God, there's so many people here.
Yeah.
There's such a like, whoa.
Mischief seems to be a starting point for you often with stuff, and you smelt mischief, I guess, with this.
Yeah. Well, what was going on as well in the local areas were these protests, which I talk about in the show. There was sort of anti-LGBT protests, and that was making me cross as well, I suppose. And I wanted to prod at that, and I was annoyed about the messaging of that and how it was being used to attack all sorts of different groups, really. And it was a small group of people who were annoyed about something that they didn't even really, at least the way they were articulating it, they didn't really know what they were angry about, because the books that they were cross about weren't actually doing what they thought or were saying they were doing.
So where do you start with it? What was your first move? Because this was 4 years and a bit, maybe a year ago, and you thought, I'm going to plant some things here. What was the first move?
So there was so many ideas that we kind of got halfway with, so the first thing I did, and I thought people get talking about this, is I got some vinyl pride flags pressed into the high street in King's Heath.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to find someone that would do it. I wasn't doing it as me, I was doing it as Ken Roberts. So I was ringing companies in the UK, asking them if they'll press pride flags into the ground. He would ring round these vinyl companies, And most of them said, oh, that's illegal, you can't do that, you'd have to get council permission. And then this one dude was like, yeah, I'll do that, I'll just do it in the middle of the night. So in the middle of the night, these vinyls turned up, and I thought, oh, well, everyone will be tweeting about this. What does this mean? It's some exciting thing that's going on. Nothing.
Right.
Nobody tweeted. The council pulled them off after 2 weeks. There was just this sort of hole where it had been. Nothing. So then I was like, shit, I need to think of some more ideas. And some of the ideas that I didn't do, so silly. I was going to put loads of posters up of missing pets, but the pets had names of like gay icons. So like a little pooch called Cher or whatever's gone missing. Or I was looking for planning permission. There was this plot of land that was for sale in King's Heath, and I thought, I'll buy that and I'll put a big shrine and a big cock and bollocks on there, basically. And then I was talked down off that ledge. I was going to, and we had a call-in with Gok Wan. Forgot about this. Gok Wan was going to come. I wanted to get gay celebs to come to the local area and just do some house viewings. And I was going to pay a pap to shoot them long lens to then give to the Birmingham Mail so that they would run articles saying, Gok Wan spotted looking at houses in King's Heath. And then I realised that the Birmingham Mail will never run that. That's not an article. But nearly, yeah, I was sort of working out what budget, how much would I pay Gok Wan?
How much would you pay him?
I don't know.
What do you offer him if he was here now?
50 quid?
Gok?
Gok? Is he in the shed? Is that the twist of this?
It's my own
It'd be nice to have Gok in Queen's Heath.
It's my own long con. 4 years it's taken me to book Gok.
I'd love that.
Did you enjoy the day?
Loved it. So I did the march in the head, and then I disappeared and just became me.
Yeah.
And then turned up to the day, and people were coming up to me going, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And I loved that. I was like, oh, I live around the corner. This is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
The man that runs the business district was talking to me, and he said, yeah, they didn't really involve us in this, and they haven't really done any of the kind of normal checks that we would have done for an event in here. Yeah. And I was like, oh, OK. I was thinking, shit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they're now on board, and for the second Pride,
Can I give you the number of Ken Roberts? If you've got any complaints.
Ken, I've been speaking to him as Ken. That's a weird thing.
He's ever so sorry.
Yeah, Ken's very, very sorry. So I really enjoyed it. But the thing that was really beautiful about that day, the sort of thing that really caught me off guard, is this lesbian couple had just got married, I think the day before or 2 days before, and their families aren't particularly supportive of them. And they'd said, their biological families, and they'd said that they'd come to Pride because they wanted to be with their family. And I just thought that was like, that really got me going. I was like, oh, yeah. Wow. So you kind of, it's at points like that where you go, oh, these things are really valuable and helpful, having a Pride march. It's nice, people actually want to be at them. And I just thought it'd be a joke. I thought it'd be funny, and I'd get my house price that.
Yeah.
That was the point of it.
But both things can be true, and both things are achieved, I guess.
Do you know Daddy Fryer, the Eurovision entrant?
Yeah.
He was in Birmingham doing a show that night. I just thought, fuck it, I'll email him. And I just said, I started running this Pride, and it's quite hard to explain the whole thing in one email, but I said, I've started running a Pride, do you want to perform at it?
As you, or Ken, or...
Now as me.
Sally, no.
Ken's, R.I.P. Ken. And he said, yeah. So we had Daddy Fryer, who's, objectively a very successful musician,
big
play
deal.
at our Pride. So we've sort of slightly created a rod for our own back of having... Will you do a number?
Me?
Yeah.
Love to.
What would your drag name be? I always like Elaine Closure as a drag queen name.
Oh, I could do that. Happy to be Elaine Closure.
Elaine Closure. The way I've been sat, this entire leg is dead now. I might just see.
I think it's a yoga pose you've been doing.
Look at that. That is actually my foot now. I can't.
Can you feel that?
No, I can't feel anything. Oh, yeah.
Felt that.
I'm not sure I'd be able to stand.
Go on, try. Do it.
I actually can't stand.
Get up, please. You have to. Walk.
I can't.
Let me help you, Nana. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh, it's coming back now. Oh, it's sort of back now.
I got it. Let's get you into the chair.
This is how the show ends, is it?
Should we get you to the bath?
This is really scary. Oh, no, it's back, it's back. Oh, no, now it's in that bit. You know when it's everything. Oh, shit, the bed.
Come on, sit. Can you get back down?
It's sort of doing its own thing now. That's really weird. You know what I mean? When you, lean on your arm, and then there's that bit where it's really painful. That's what's happening.
By the way, this feels like we're about to do a dance number.
That's helping, actually.
Yeah?